So there's different names for this, you know, but one name that's been called is self-realization. It's realizing our true nature, realizing our true self, and realizing our true self without identification or attachment to any form or anything. And in that is the true liberation and the true freedom and the true sense of our own essence, which brings the greatest sense of peace, inner peace, because we're talking about something that now cannot be born and cannot die. You know, it's something that's eternal. It's something that is always the case. And there's a sense of deep inner peace because we're not in this anxiety that we're gonna we're not in this anxiety of loss and gain, and in this game of loss and gain, desire and fear. There's something that's kind of beyond that realm. I use the example of a blue sky and a passing clouds, in the sense that there's clouds in the sky, and the clouds are your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings and your experiences. There's all different kinds of clouds. There's big clouds and little clouds and white puffy clouds and gray dark clouds, and they arise and they move through the sky and they disappear. But they do not define you. You are the blue sky. And so when we realize that, then there's a deep sense of inner peace that arises. And on a whole other deeper level, there's this realization that there's actually nothing to fear. And then there's also, which people don't always realize go together, there's also a much deeper sense of passion as well, because we're really now, with the fear gone, with this kind of fearless energy, now we can really engage and actually live, you know, for the first time, actually live, and really engage life and embrace life, which, when I say engage life and embracing life, that only means engaging this moment and embracing this moment, because life is alive in this moment. It's alive right now. It's never alive in the past. It's never alive in the future. So with that realization, there's this whole other level of peace, but also of passion, and really engaging in life fully and wholly, without rigidity, without attachment, without any prerequisite or requirement, without, as we say, without a why, because without a how, without any kind of restriction. We talk about a flower and say how, you know, a flower blooms because it blooms. It doesn't need a why, you know. And so we start to live in this kind of natural way where there's a creative impulse that we're aligned with, that's moving through us. This creative impulse at the source that we're aligned with is moving through us, and we don't do what we're doing for a result. We just do what we're doing because that's who we are. It's like a flower blooms, you know. Like when I'm speaking now, when I'm expressing these words, I'm like a flower blooming, you know. I'm like the sun rising in the morning, and there's not any kind of causal. It's what we call acausal. There's not cause or effect here. We're just pure creative expression, moment by moment, and that's where this great peace and this passion comes, because It's right now, and now, and now, and now. And it's just right now. And this is spiritual liberation, and this is the self-realization, and this is what Eckhart Tolle would call the power of now. And it's a whole other way of living and a whole other dimension of consciousness. And I welcome you to join us here.